What up, guys? Welcome
What's
to a
up?
new G30 podcast. It's been a minute, huh?
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
been a long time for sure.
Do you guys know that they use our theme song on a car commercial?
Dude, I was in the car
Yeah.
the other day. I think I was going down Rosecrans. I was listening to Power 106, and I heard the na 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 na, and I'm like, dude, there's no way we're getting radio play like that.
They did, yeah. No.
Yeah, no way.
No. We would be getting some kind of royalties
Yeah,
there, but that's
Yeah.
what you get when you use the old public domain.
public domain, right? Yeah.
Um, hey, we've missed a lot here. I know Timmy and I have filled in some gaps when Mike hasn't been around. This is our 46th episode, and things have been kind of crazy. I've had a kid. Timmy's been at school. Mike's been at
Yep.
school. But I think this is a good spot to kind of recap it all in a part of the season where we're all jonesing for some just some action, controversy around the national teams. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Timmy, where are you at right now? We've had a break from the Galaxy for a little bit. Let me drop our little pro banner there. Yeah, oh yeah, run a form. How are you feeling in the break, man? After that last little bit, that was rough.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I looked at it like this. We had to sacrifice 2 games and then they gave us two amazing games. So that's how I took it. But like you shouldn't be losing 3-0 at home, especially to Houston and Dallas. But I mean,
Yeah,
I guess they made it up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
let's recap that run of form there before we go to Mike. The last 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 5 games leading into the break, right? Galaxy lost 3-1 at home against Dallas. Tied Minnesota on the road 1-1. That's great if you go there and do that. You know, the away has been on point. Come home to Houston, lose 3-0. Beat LAFC in the Open Cup 3-1, and then smack Austin at home 4-1. Though that Austin game looked like, oh, are they going to be able to do it? And then they turned it on. Mikey, you were at that Houston game. We haven't heard your thoughts in a while. So I'd love to know what what you're thinking kind of on this last run of up and down.
You know, over the span of the past 5 games, I feel like I'm coming from a very tired. And then, this is just my life in general. I feel like recently I've been really tired, and I feel like that's reflected a lot upon the Galaxy. I'm just tired of just being mediocre. And away we like to play like the Galacticos, and at home we like to play like G2. So I would just like to find some sort of consistency, because I feel like if you could run the clock back to this exact point last season, I'm saying the same shit.
Yeah.
People walk into the Stubs, they take their 3 points, and I hadn't been to the Stubs, or not the Stubs, to the Digs in about a year, okay? I'm like, oh, this is fun. You sent me your tickets. I'm going with our boy Darius. It's going to be a super fun time. We're playing Houston. We should beat Houston 9 times out of 10, right?
If it's not the last day of the season, yeah.
If it's not the last day of the season, yeah. And you know what? There was just something about the atmosphere. The players didn't look necessarily all that motivated. And once they gave up that first goal, it was just sort of they were dragging in their boots. And I'm not going to come from a frustrated standpoint. I'm just going to come from a I should have known better standpoint. I've gone to the Digs the last probably 5 times that I've been there, and we've lost all 5.
We know this. We know this about you.
Yeah, I have a really bad curse with going to
go back through the shows.
Yeah.
Go back through the
shows. I'm sort of indifferent and impartial right now with this run of form. The 4-1 against Austin was great, and the 3-1 against LAFC was fantastic, but I don't think we were ever going to lose to them given our circumstances when we play them. So, I'm just very much at it is what it is situation right now with us.
So let's put those games away. So Dallas, Greg was pissed. Minnesota, we gave up a stupid goal at the end. We could have won. Greg was pissed. Houston Dynamo, everyone was pissed.
I left early. I left 5 minutes early.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. I was like, damn, you're not even gonna say.
Then you smack LAFC, you respond. You smack Austin, you respond. Timmy, has Greg tapped into the boys, you think?
I mean, I don't know what Greg's doing, man. I've been reading a lot of stuff. I've been really in tune with the Discord lately. Shout out to the not the COG Discord, but the LA Galaxy Discord, the other one. And I've been really tapped in, and I've been kind of like absorbing about what they're kind of like saying, and it's kind of just it's been making a lot more sense the more I read into what they're saying. They're saying that Greg's very what's the word? He's very he's very strict on what like he wants to do. If that makes
Rigid.
sense. What?
Rigid. He like has his plan.
He like has his plan and he doesn't plan on changing it. He's very stubborn. There you go.
Yeah,
That's the
for
word.
sure.
He's very stubborn. He's not gonna. He kept starting Cabral. I mean, God forbid he finally scored, but like, I mean, after
In an
Dejan
Open
puts on a
Cup game?
performance
That's
like that, yeah,
that's
and in an Open Cup game,
that's the next topic. But go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's really hard to tell because like, yeah, like I'm happy we won 4-1. But it's like, can we consistently keep it going? It's kind of, and Chicharito said this before the game, like, yeah, like I'm happy we won, but like, I mean, damn, like we're hit with the break, so I don't know if we're gonna. He basically implied like, damn, I hope we could keep this up after we come back from the break, man. It just sucks, he said.
I know, not necessarily what you want to hear, right? Let's talk about, well, it is
Yeah,
what you want to hear, and it isn't what you want to hear. But like you want to say, you want to hear like fuck yeah, but then, oh, I don't know if we can keep it. Kind of sketchy coming from your captain.
It's just the reality of the situation. There's no way we're gonna be going full force ahead, or full steam ahead when, we're having a 3-week international break. And I have fucking issues with my boy Christian. I imagine we're gonna touch upon that later, but I have big fucking issues with what Christian had to say about the fan base a few days ago when we played in Ohio.
Ooh, yeah, we'll unpack that. I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
No, I'm gonna
let's
fucking bring it
up.
up
Let's
because
bring it
that's
up.
my boy, and he's pit. He's
do it.
upset.
He's going to Liverpool.
Dude, he can go anywhere besides Chelsea. So I don't really care.
Okay. So we'll come
Is
back
that
there.
serious?
We'll come back there. Okay. So Cabral and Dejan, these guys, they were brought in to be the guys, right? And I have this here to talk about at this part of the show because it kind of goes into the next topic about Chicharito and kind of what's come out in the last couple of days. But Cabral looked like he wanted to play finally. Paid off in the Open Cup. He scored against LAFC. That does a lot for your stock. I don't think all is forgiven though, or it shouldn't be. We've been here before, right, with other players. But
Everyone
he's
shows up in the Trafico, dude.
yeah, he's kind. It's great to see. Let's keep it coming. But if we're talking about keeping it coming, Timmy, your boy Dejan is making a case to start, and that kind of goes into what you were saying about Greg, right? He's very rigid. He wants to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 kind of at times, but that doesn't allow for two strikers. Your boy's sitting on the bench, and consistently he's coming on. I think he scored like 5 of the last 6 times he came off the bench, right? And the one time he didn't, the goal was called back.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I mean, he needs to start. I think everyone now, we've been saying this for months and months and months, even before the season started. We've all been saying Dejan needs to start. The mustard needs to start.
The mustard.
Dude, he literally made history that game. I was going crazy that day. Oh man, Twitter probably was annoyed at me because I was having myself a day, man.
Yeah,
2 goals and 2 assists, man. That bicycle's, oh my god, man.
the bicycle
See, I'm
kick
literally slurring my
assist.
words, dude. That shit was beautiful.
Mike, I know you have some thoughts on Dejan.
I mean, I've said, in the time that I've been away and the time that I haven't been present for the show, at times it feels like Dejan is really the only serious player on our team. And by serious, it means like he's the only one that I genuinely see giving effort on both sides of the ball. You have people like Efra where, I wouldn't consider Efra a serious player, but he's serious in the final third, and he's serious when he gets good looks. And when I went to that Houston game, Dejan and Efra were playing really well together, and I enjoyed watching that until we went down, and then everything sort of dropped off. But I mean, once again, for me, with the whole Dejan situation and him not getting time, I just don't understand Greg's vision anymore. I think I've completely lost line of sight with what he wants to do and where he wants to take this team. Because if you're going to keep starting Cabral, which I get, that is your initial investment, and that was what you were dealt when you got to the team, and you went out and you got your guy. No one wants to give up on their guy because that is a failure. But there is reasonable doubt now surrounding Greg's vision because it's either we play great or we play not as great.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I'm not at a point where I'm calling for any of the players' heads because at the end of the day that is their job and they have to go out and play whatever system that they are force fed.
Sure, that's true.
I don't see the vision, and maybe whatever convoluted vision that Greg has suits Dejan more.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think it's unfair for Cabral to get thrown out there when the guy needs a break. You can't play 7 games and not contribute and feel great going into the 8th one. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
it's just an unfortunate situation. But I think Dejan should get some minutes. He's a serious guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he's very serious too, and I think he's, that's so. Let's talk about that. Last couple of days, it's come to our attention that Chicha flipped his house, and he flipped it quick. Last week, I saw a little bit of a kind of a hint that maybe he was talking to Tata, and like they were maybe thinking about bringing him into the Mexico squad. Technically, it's probably, I think it's a contract year for Cheech in the sense that next year's an option. So his bread
Mhm.
and butter is not secured by any stretch of the imagination. And he's given a lot for the team. He talks up a lot about the team. But I don't blame him for moving on if that's what he wants to do at this point too. I don't feel terribly negative about that, given that magically the pieces click together and like now you have a starting striker. But what do you make of this Chicha stuff? Sad to see him go. Do you think it's better to see him go too soon than too late? Where are we on Chicharito, Timmy?
I don't know. He did his thing. I will say that. But it would have been nice if he does go. It would have been nice to see him win a cup because he has really stayed like he's really proven himself to really, he worked on himself. He, put the work in. He really wanted to go to the playoffs last year, and we just couldn't do it. I mean, there's no love lost, but like if he goes and like I'm not gonna be upset either because if that were the case, I mean, it would honestly benefit us more than like hurting us. If I think so, I think yeah, you could make the argument that we lose a leader, but like we really need some like younger reinforcements. Personally,
Fair enough. We have Preston Judd kind of waiting on the bench too. I mean, we've seen that Zubac and all those guys, McBean back in the day. All those guys that are waiting to like chomp at the bit that are going to be the next big one. Preston Judd is kind of sitting there waiting. We never know about that, but
yeah,
Our
that is
system
the case.
doesn't allow for that though. Our
What do you
system
mean?
doesn't. Our system doesn't allow for academy kids to come up because we're stuck to buying big DP players.
Correct.
If Preston Judd was great, then it'd be no problem. Cheech, buy Cheech, thank you, Cheech. But we're stubborn and shit hasn't changed. So it's
I
like
mean,
it's
Preston Judd is very good. It's
no,
just a
he's
matter of like whether he will play or not.
yeah.
exactly. But you can say the same thing for literally any top prospect in Europe.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
true.
good enough to play. So it's like,
That's true.
what's the bullshit with the front office and wanting to not start the kids?
For sure.
If we want to change our identity and if we want to not be stuck to we buy old players and we play in Carson,
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
stupid enough in itself, but we're living up to that. And I don't doubt once Cheech walks out the door, it'll be another old player. And
least
Preston Judd will fall into another Zubac situation where he will be
Yep.
24 playing at the club,
It's
and
true.
it'll be Zubac too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. Chicharito leaving. Do I have any thoughts about that? I think it is always better too early than too late. If leaving for him means he gets back into that squad, I feel comfortable with his contribution at this point, and I'd rather have it be a nice memory than a bad one.
Yeah.
So that's fine, and I'm comfortable with Dejan if that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
The timing is crazy.
We will see. The timing is crazy.
I mean, it's you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the
Yeah,
villain.
that's
Absolutely.
I'm good with Cheech leaving.
Well said.
For someone that I had a very strong dislike for, and you can agree with that with me, Count, where being
sure.
U.S. fans, U.S. national team fans, we're sort of not predisposed, but we're skeptical of Cheech, and especially what he's done around Europe and how committed or the lack thereof of commitment he's shown. I feel like he's come here and he's given it a majority of, he's given what he could give us, and
Yeah,
that's a lot
that's
of goals. And it was spotty at times, but there was never a doubt with Cheech if he was committed to the club or not. He always made that very
Yeah.
aware. So I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with Cheech
I
leaving.
think that's good. Yep. Okay, so let me do this. Mike's corner. Rumors. Let me paint this picture for you. Okay. Starting lineup. Bond, whatever defenders you want. Edwards and
Shit, Klinsmann at this point.
Yeah, Klinsman's great. Bondy. Yeah. I mean, that could be a whole other show.
Mhm.
Klinsmann
Yeah.
pushing Bondy for for the
one.
start.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nature of having 2 starting level keepers. It's a good problem to have. The defenders, hopefully Sega comes back. I'd like to see more of Eric at this point. I don't feel like the defense. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't think the defense is the issue. It is for once, right? It's like the goal scoring. So, you have Delgado in the middle, who currently has the most attempted passes in the league, the most successful passes in the league, like at the highest rate. He has that line breaking passes. Raveloson in the middle, whatever. You have wingers all day, right? Costa, Grancer, Cabral, take your pick. Ephra.
Whoever.
Don't Greg. Oh, I don't know if you saw. Shoot, I don't know if it was LA Galaxy Outsider on the Twitter. Somebody went to the premium thing and asked Greg about to the premium season ticket
Oh,
lunch thing.
his
Yeah,
name
and
was
they
Tony. His name was Tony Toscano, I believe.
Oh, Tony Toscano. Yeah. He asked, what are you doing, Greg? Essentially what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? We're looking at investing maybe this summer, maybe later. He played at Koi, right? At a central midfielder. Sorry, I forgot. Joveljic on top. The cam, right? We've been talking about. Greg hinted maybe they're looking. Cheech is possibly leaving. DP spot. Mike, what do you think about a little known player in Europe by the name of Dybala?
I think he's still too young, man. I think that would be very much. I'm actually not too sure what Dybala's age is. Let me go ahead and give that a
He's like
look
30, I think.
right here. No, I think he's like 28, dude. Yeah, he's 28
29.
years old. He's 28.
Okay.
And you know what? I think that would be the equivalent of David Beckham coming here and playing for the Galaxy many moons ago. Maybe, and Beckham, his class and where he was at in his career was definitely a lot further down the line than what Paulo has maybe achieved at this age. But Paulo would be giving up a lot to come play for us. I would love it. It would be our first true signing that makes sense for the position. Paulo had stints before he had joined Juventus. He played a striker and he played a little bit of a center forward role, but primarily in his prime, he primarily played the 10 role, and I'm not frustrated with that. I would love to come see him do that. He's very tricky on the ball. He has a lot of great technical ability. I mean, it's on paper what you get from a South American 10, especially an Argentinian. Those guys have a lot of technical ability, and not too many years ago was he rumored for a move to the Premier League, but he just hasn't got it.
So I looked just now. It looks like today him and Lukaku are in like a bunch deal. Looking to move to Inter. Maybe that makes more sense, I think, at this point. But
yeah, I would like a Bale.
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna ask.
yeah.
Okay, so who? So Timmy. Oh, okay, Mike. I'm gonna pause you there. Timmy, I want to know who Timmy's asking for. Let's see who the free agents are. It's Bale's out of club. Dybala, I think his days at Juve are over. But that's neither here nor there. Timmy, anyone on your mind?
Sergio Ramos would be nice too.
We're just gonna follow the aging defenders in this city?
Yeah.
Eh? No, I'm just kidding. I'd take Ramos in a heartbeat. I'd take Ramos
Yeah.
over the other one. I'd take Ramos over the
Yeah.
other one. any day.
Ramos or Silva.
Dude, the other one's gonna get fucking cooked. I can't wait. It's gonna be delicious.
Dude, no, he's done. Did you see the friendly or
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, we're talking about Chiellini, right, coming to LA for the other team. But Timmy,
was
what?
a shit show. That was a madness. He couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
He literally couldn't anymore.
and people are like, "Oh, it's Di Maria," but like Di Maria is not a spring chicken either.
Oh, that's another one I would have loved here
Di
too.
Maria, that's my pick. I would love a Di Maria.
A Bale
I would
be
like
nice.
an Ozil 3 years ago, but that ship has sailed.
Yeah, dude, it's so unfortunate.
Mike,
With
Bale.
his case. Yeah, I definitely like a Bale. I'm not too sure who else is out of contract. I would love to monitor the Lucas situation a little bit more.
Yeah,
Modric, I would like to monitor.
Not too old, you think? I mean,
I feel like dude, he just won a Champions League and played all 90 minutes of it too. So
yeah, that's true.
I'm
Oh,
not really in doubt of his ability, because the thing is, you have players like Luka and you have these guys who, even in their prime, they weren't necessarily the most physical or they weren't really the most stunning. But we're talking about a Ballon d'Or winner at 35 years old
Yeah, for
and a
sure.
World Cup semifinalist. those players only get better with age because they have to refine all their other skills. Maybe Luka can't run as fast, but he can drop the ball anywhere on the pitch.
True.
If you
On a
ask
dime.
him to.
On a dime.
So I'm really looking at those aging Madrid boys as they're looking, past the guard or with the change of guard. So
I just thought of another one.
Bale or Modric for me, I think would be phenomenal.
Yep.
I just
Timmy?
thought of another one.
Go ahead.
Isco.
Isco's out. Yeah, Isco's
Yeah.
out.
That's someone I would love to have here.
I
also.
wonder where his future's at, because I don't think Isco's that old either. I think he had just been playing for a really long time.
I think he's
He's 30 years old. Yeah, 30 years old.
He's kind of like would be right at the age.
To jump.
Okay. So we'll hide that there. I wasn't going to bring up the Christian thing, but let's bring up the Christian thing.
I will.
I want to hear what Mikey says.
Yeah, I know. So let me just lay it out because it's controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Christian said when they played, and then Mike, can I say my piece and then you say your piece?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Christian said, we were playing a game against Morocco, right? I think it was in Cincy, and he made a comment about there not being enough Americans in the stage in the stadium. Now it is unclear whether or not he meant actual Americans, in which many Moroccan Americans were there, or if he meant it in a more racially charged way, and which is not out of the realm of possibility, kind of given the dude. It's kind of come out in recent years, like the dude's politics are a little all over the place. Now, the U.S. soccer attendance has been an issue. A lot of people have blamed it on the fact that we constantly play in Ohio because traditionally that's where it's been, because we don't want the people from Latin America traveling it and making it a home game. Like when we play at the Rose Bowl, it turns into like whatever other team we're playing. It's like the Chargers, wherever
playing
they
anywhere,
play, right?
Play 16 away games all year.
Right. Now, I don't want to place value on that. I'm not saying anything other than just laying the issue out, right? Now, to counter that argument about like, oh, well, we play in like Columbus. No, who gives a fuck in Columbus? Mexico sells out their games wherever they go. So, they played a game that week in Phoenix. Sure, that's closer to
you can
Mexico.
throw a rock and hit it from
right.
Mexico.
But like that's neither here nor there either, because as we've seen, the Latin American teams they show up. If you are Moroccan American or Moroccan and a Moroccan immigrant, you are going to go wherever the fuck your team plays because you never get to see them play, right? So Christian's comments are in the mud right now, and there has been no clarification offered. But I don't. Mike, what do you think? What do you think he meant, and why?
Okay, so I genuinely don't think it came from like a racially like, oh, there's not enough of our people here. I think it's just coming from a supporter standpoint. But the issue, I don't have an issue with the statement. I just have an issue with the way he came at the supporters. And the reason why I think this is an issue for Christian right now and why he's having such a difficult time, it seems like, is because one, you're not getting that many opportunities at a club level. And, you're playing in front of those fans who don't necessarily claim you as their own. You're a fucking American playing for Chelsea overseas.
You're always going to be second fiddle.
You're always going to be second fiddle. And when you fuck up, you're going to feel it 10 times harder than, let's say, a Mason Mount when he fucks up, because, that's just the nature of the situation. But the last thing you do is take out your frustration on your national team and your people, because at the end of the day, when you're out of a fucking contract at Chelsea, you're going to be able to come back and play for the States. Those are the last people you want to turn on. And I felt like it was just a stupid thing to say. And I feel like it came from a place of frustration and him not having many opportunities. And the one opportunity that he has that, he didn't necessarily make the most out of, coming back and playing in Ohio, he found the most minuscule thing to lash out on, and that's being the support. I mean, granted, we play in Ohio. I know it's hard to get to fucking Ohio. We're in California. Would I ever go to Ohio to see the U.S. men's national team play? Fuck no. If it was for the World Cup, maybe. But you don't attack your national supporters, dude. You don't attack your national fans. Those people are going to be there for you when you suck.
Yeah.
We dealt with Josie forever.
Yeah, for sure.
And did Josie ever do some bullshit like that where he called out the supporters? No. Is Josie a dick? Yes. Is Pulisic leagues ahead better than Josie? Yeah, that gives him room to talk more. But I feel like we're all here for Christian, and for him to be
It's
the
in bad
poster boy
taste.
for us, it's in bad taste. It's like, dude, we're always going to be here to support you. We all want to see you do good in England. We all want to see you do good and play for us. So I just think maybe emotions got to his head, and
Yeah, he wasn't thinking,
just
but
laughed.
he's the
it's the last
captain.
people you turn on. You can't do that.
Yeah, he can't do that. Timmy, what are you thinking?
I think he's in his bad boy era, man. Y'all see the new haircut he rocking?
Yeah, dude.
I was
He
like,
got them
what the-
tips.
Dude, he got the blonde tips and now he got the mullet growing. That's
Dude,
the man. That's the man.
that's-
That's man's changing his
he's
his
doubling
origin story.
down. He
He's
said,
changing
"I
his
said."
origin story right now,
Yeah,
bro.
he
Dude,
said.
God, that-
He said you. He said, "Did I stutter?"
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Oh my god. I mean, God forbid, yeah, because I mean, they beat Mexico like the whole entire last year, and then now he's like, oh yeah, he was like he's on top of the world now. So I would too, and like, but I don't know about changing the hairstyle, but he's really living up to it. But like going back to the comments, I mean, I thought that was crazy. I
Yeah,
saw
dude.
a whole bunch of like tweets saying like this isn't our fault. It's not our fault that the head of commission is like charging us like $60 for away tickets, and I don't want to spend this much money on going to Ohio just to see you guys do this and that. And I was like, wow, like it's so much deeper though, to see why people aren't going. But I mean, it's familiar. Like hearing this, it all just seems so familiar. So I was just like,
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like we've been seeing this before.
Christian looks like he's an NSYNC.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Holy.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
big. All right, that's my call, boys.
That's
Any
your call.
last thoughts, Mike?
Let's just play soccer, dude. Let's just play good soccer.
do it.
Let's have Greg go out there, and hopefully this break allows him some time to reassess his tactics and really get the boys gelled together. Let's see Dejan, let's see Cabral, let's see Costa. If Cheech doesn't want to play, fuck it, don't let Cheech play. If he wants to go next week, fuck it, I'll buy his ticket to LAX. Let's just have fun. I feel like the Galaxy has been missing the fun from their play, and the last 2 games have really showed us as fans what it is like for us to be having fun and have the team be playing well too. So let's have fun. Let's play some good soccer. Let's pick up some 3 points.
I like that. Timmy?
Yeah, just like Mikey said, let's have fun. Fucking finally, we're winning games. 4-1. We haven't scored more than 2 goals in a hot minute, so that's always nice to feel. And I just want to say to the team on the other side, you guys can't beat us at home.
Never.
Bad L.
That was never a question.
Even
They can
I
shut
wasn't
their
in doubt
mouths
with that
up.
bullshit. I was like, no way. We could be losing 13 winless and we'd still beat them. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Mikey, where can they find you?
You can come check me out on Twitter at CFC Michael, and if you want to come check all the boys out on the podcast, we tweet regularly, probably more often than we do episodes now, but that changes. So go ahead and check us out on Twitter and Instagram at the G30 Podcast.
Cool. Timmy?
Yep, you can find me on Twitter here. My ass down below. My IG is SpicyTaco18. You can keep up with us at the G30 Crew on everything, and that's it from me, y'all.
All right. I'm Count Chalk 786. Hit the socials, and we will see you all in very soon. Not so long again. All right. Peace.